on the 12th of September 2018, and I'll call to order the Weare Conservation Commission meeting. To my left we got Michael, and we have Lori, and we have Steve, and to my right Sherry and Bill. We have a full commission of 7 tonight. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 6 tonight. I can do some math. And I've heard some discussion about an item under number 4 down the bottom, town tax sale. Y'all feel like we can continue with that right now, or do you like to hold off and we'll touch base on some other things?
It's up to you.
Well, let's just roll with that item regarding properties on the town tax sale list. Anything of great interest show up? A little bit of interest?
Sherry, you had some things you were interested in.
I think the 107-00015 is up off of Bridge Bridge. And I'm just thinking that a lot of it is already wetland.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, I don't know if this floods in the spring or not, but
Yeah.
it's, what is it? Size here somewhere, tells you the acres, 3 point.
Yeah, one's 3.7.
3.7 acres.
Yeah. But a lot of it's wetland, and I'm just thinking maybe that should be something protected.
Yeah, looks like the notes here, wet, swampy,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
just about all of it.
So that's part of the actual marsh that was.
So this, yeah, this is the marsh. If you're on a Bridge Bridge stand, and this is all the water that flows back. So I think this is, when you get down to kind of the bottom of the hill, it's right there, I think. This would be the Deering,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it sits this way. This would be the Deering town line. And this is the Bridge Bridge here, and this is the water.
Bridge would be right here. This is the marsh, this is the lake heading up this way.
No, I thought
You
this,
see there,
I thought this was the bridge with this indentation.
We
I
can
may
pull up
be
that
wrong.
app, actually.
I may be
it
wrong.
certainly looks like there's a bridge there.
That's what I think, this is the
But this,
bridge.
this would be the neck of Lake Horace
Lake
here.
Horace.
So I think
It may not be.
there's some sort
I'm
of
just-
crossing there, obviously, but
This
this,
is the
I
bridge
believe,
right here.
yeah.
Oh, right there, that
Yeah.
little
That's a
square?
Bridge Bridge.
Okay, so
So
this is
that's-
something else here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are this little piece right there.
Yeah, there's the 2 pieces, yeah, there's that little piece,
Now, and
yeah, and this
that
one.
little piece there.
That's something we should
it-
hold on
depending
to,
on
I
what
think.
goes on
Let's see, that's, let's see where the other one, Bridge Bridge is.
Where's the thing hiding for the? Oh, it's assessing.
This is the other piece, right here. So here's the bridge, it shows on this one. Here's
Sure,
that 71.
Sorry, 71, yeah.
Yeah, so that's right there,
Tiny little
yeah.
note, yeah.
And then the other piece is right across from it. No,
That's
Let's pull up
it's
the.
gotta be right
part
in
of
here,
18.
yeah.
Pull up that online.
Night, Maureen.
You can make simple copies on the top.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
terrific, thank you.
that's what I was trying to make them.
Come.
You know, like the town's, you got the website tool pulled up. Hopefully it works.
What the hell's going on?
Come on, baby.
Out of the
Here
way.
we go. All right. So here's.
Yeah, 71, little bitty thing.
It's just after you cross the bridge.
Thank you.
Is that, I wonder if that's entirely within the right of way for the road.
It's only, .11, it's just over 1/10 of an acre.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is, right? Actually, that's.
This wouldn't be something we'd wanna sell, or town would wanna keep it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So the bridge is
By the
where,
river. That was, in it's unbuildable. Unless some 72 is interested in it.
I'll tell you who's interested in it, is the WWW Land Conservancy. Just for future access to the lake if things turn south.
Yeah.
107.71, right? So that's the one, 71 is gonna be the one that gives you access, that they had a little backwards on my notes, but to that check dam that's in there for the, so you wouldn't wanna give that away.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Someone wanna take some notes, or?
That's what Courtney does.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I had some on that. So 107-71 is the one that accesses,
Lake Forest.
yeah, Horace
Or
Lake,
the
and
beginning of
where
it.
the Horace Lake marsh dam is.
Mm-hmm.
So then the other one is 107-15.
015.
107, 15.
Yeah. So that's on the other side of the road, just like you said, and
Yeah.
that's more than half of it's wetland.
yeah, and I mean, in high water times, it may be all under, I'm not sure. You know, I'm not up there enough to, I wouldn't have been taking, that kind of a
Pretty consistent depth now.
Yeah, yeah.
When they put the dam in there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
probably held it back certain,
It holds it up in summer, but it should. a few
but in the
days
spring of the year, it may be during the thaw or something, or if they let a lot of water out of.
All right, send this down so y'all can take a look at that.
Right.
So the 107-15 is just like the town forest up in there. That's also impacted by the state's ownership for the flowage.
Mhm.
A little hard to actually nail down exactly where that is without spending a lot of money, but that would run right along there, more than likely. So the actual like tax map doesn't correctly portray that at all. But yeah, I mean, that's 3/4 wetland, and it's in that, area where we spent some money on conserving it, so I'd recommend we do not sell that. But anything that we keep that we wanted to put into conservation need to go on the town warrant article, like the following year.
Right. We said 107-71.
That's access to the actual dam area.
Right.
And this other one would be the Horace Marsh and River. So that's 107-15. So those are the two that are up in the Horace Lake area.
What about the one in the Daniels Lake development area? I'm not familiar with Daniels Lake.
I'm almost going to suggest we should take these, like skip the top 1, 2, 3, 4 that have either a building or one of them's a park model trailer, but just start right from Old Town Road and work down.
Okay.
I think that's the campground off 114. There's that little.
No, what is that?
109.30. Here, we can pull that right up.
Buckley Road, no, that's the campground, the Buckley Road is up off,
No, the Daniels Lake.
No, 109.30. That's Old Town Road.
Mm.
Let's see what that one is.
A tiny little sliver, right at an outlet, little small outlet. But it is definitely an access to the lake.
Which would be a good thing to protect.
It's a tiny little nothing piece.
Alright, where am I? 114.
It's on the Blue Road.
Yeah, I'm looking there. Trying to pull it up. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Alright, so 109, what was it? 30. Has anyone actually bothered doing a title search just other than we took it? Because there were some things that didn't make it on this final list that were definitely mistakes in the town report, but to make sure that these, weren't somehow encumbered by easements or anything else.
I don't know if Naomi's looked into that at all, but, I would hope that someone's looked into it there, because Sharon was going through this stuff, and I would hope that she would know that she's not giving us this stuff and having it.
Do you think that's a question you could raise from your end, Sherry?
I think we just give Naomi a call and just say, ask her if they've checked to see if there's any easements. I mean, they can do that.
Yeah, just make sure that we actually have clear title.
But I would presume she already knows that, I would guess. I hope that before they gave this to us, they checked all that.
So 30 must be maybe this little thing here. Yeah. So it's on. It's actually. It looks like it's kind of lakefront. I don't know if there's a picture associated with it.
It is
Yeah, and there's
right down in the hollow.
Yeah, I've got
no picture. Yeah. I think I know exactly where that is.
I can show you. I've got a copy of the map that shows it. If you want to look at this.
I'm looking right. I mean, this is the online assessors database. Yeah, same.
So
It's almost a little triangle shaped thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a little brook right there that's crossing over.
yeah.
So it's 100 feet wide. So what do we recommend with that? Would you keep that for access, for ice fishing or something like that, or?
Yeah. You wanna keep those accesses protected.
Alright, so it's, plus 109-030. Pretty much access for fishing. Next one's 411-352 Old Francistown Road.
That's at the bottom there by that brook. As you start up to go to a Green Gables, I believe.
Where's the upper Princess coming up?
I was gonna try searching here.
Isn't it 101? No, that's Rodham. That's not the right one.
352.
You hustle over here and
Yeah.
you can all peer into Steve's computer
Yeah, I'm not sure what the.
Triangle right in the intersection.
till we get a handle on knowing where to look. So
Hmm.
I'll bring my computer next time, but I'll practice with this.
So they've got 000, then the tax map number, then 1, 2, 3. Kind of hard to figure out how they
So
did
it's
this.
just above the brook. See, it comes in there on that
000.
curve. And Randy would be up in here.
Yeah, I think,
I don't know if
Fort.
Fort. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah,
352.
yeah, so Randy's down here, Father.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
so.
don't know that there's a huge amount of value.
I-
Conservation.
See the 411 there instead of 412.
Oh, is it a
Okay.
411?
Must be a buildable lot. It's about an acre.
Oh, it's an acre, yeah.
It's grandfather clause. It's probably buildable lot. But I don't think for us,
Tax value would be more.
yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go.
I like that map.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's that? It's Buxton School, Old Francistown. What that's bordering up to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Francistown, I don't think that's anything that we're gonna be interested in.
No, just seeing what the adjacent, just making sure that there is not a town property next to it, which there isn't.
No.
No, so there's probably, no concerns on that one.
Mm.
Okay, so the next one I've got to, at least offer up an offer to recuse myself. We got some inside information, and it's also directly across from my house.
Pondview, is that what you're talking
Live on
about?
Yeah.
Pondview? I live on Pondview.
Yeah, you just bought the house down the road
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Can you send
Yeah,
me the
fine.
Pondview so I can see Pondview?
Yeah, I can
Please.
pull it up. So, does anyone want me to step down to discuss this from a audience perspective, or do you want me to just run with it?
Steve,
I
do you
would-
have any monetary gains?
I don't think so unless it affected my assessment.
I don't know why you'd have to step down.
Okay, just want to offer
Well,
that
would
so
be-
there's
That's
no-
my opinion.
I
What
would
lot
agree
is
with that.
yours, Steve?
Huh?
What lot is yours in reference to this?
It's directly across the street.
So you're 56?
No, I'm, oh, hang on, I'll tell you what my lot number is. I've got 63 and 64. So yeah, I'm actually a little bit of a diagonal.
Mm.
Dick Cole's directly across the street. All right, so
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's anything that's gonna, anything that
It
we
doesn't have any access to the
It's not
water,
access
right?
to the water at all.
well, here's where you need inside information on this one. The 18-1 was purchased by someone to prevent development over there.
Mhm.
18-1 goes on to the Hawks and Wilson easement, so the next one's down.
146,
It's like 184.
184-1.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a 500-acre solid block of woods right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
This piece right here has, the 55 actually has nothing on, 55 has a camp just down in the corner, and then there's nothing on this other whole block right there, and then,
What's this other block? Who owns this?
that's Bacchus. So that's all undeveloped, and that all runs right in. And then there's a parking spot on 52, and then that's actually a paper road that goes on to 18-1. It's not there, but there's a potential conservation project there because, like I said, that was 18-1 was bought specifically. Well, actually, do they have this messed up? The 18-1 was bought specifically to prevent any development.
Okay.
I have talked to them about, putting an easement. I think, let me look at,
We
Sure.
wouldn't know that, huh?
right, so Yeah, I mean, essentially, there is conservation value. That whole 52 and most of that 55 up there are, I mean, they're all undeveloped. It's all really nice oak forest, and it runs right into 18-1 that runs into Hawks Wilson. See, I'd actually talked to Tom Clow about that, and he went up and took a look at it. There's a nice, probably a two-car parking spot on 52. So if we could hook that up, that gives you access to the whole, a good parking spot for that upper Melvin Valley area. So, I mean, that would be kind of my thought on that, but, so it does have some definite conservation value.
I like that thought.
Does this already had an easement put on it? Because in 2015, the land value was at 45,000, now it's only 12.
No, you know what they did? So actually, there have been a bunch of problems up in, my whole neighborhood's like really messed up. I don't know if they fixed your taxes, but this year they whacked us all with an extra 10 grand of value for lake access, but there was a lawsuit that didn't exist. And then, not the latest reevaluation, the reevaluation before that, Avatar, the time they were offering everybody sit downs, they came through and, because it's a private road and it's not supposed to be buildable, they came through and they reassessed all those lots and put them up at full value for a developable lot. Now they've since dropped them back down, because you can't you can't build there without a variance. So that's probably what you're looking at. So when that happened, this person here, it's weird. They lost it, then someone paid it, got it back,
52.
then let it go again.
Yeah.
So there's a couple lots up on the road that are like that.
Yeah, it just seemed funny, I noticed that it was up, the value of it was way up, and then in 2016, they dropped it,
Yeah, it shouldn't be
almost
buildable.
like 3/4 of the value.
Yep.
How much money do we have on hand to do some of this stuff?
Oh, we wouldn't. I mean, the town owns it, so it's not anything that we would go buy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of put it on the warrant article and change its status.
So you said this 55 has a camp on it?
Yeah, see, 55 is this whole thing. I mean, they're showing these as like all as discontinuous lots, because
Yeah.
this road is actually here, the loop, but this little nub is not there.
Yeah.
But there is there's an access through here. This was the, you remember the infamous lion and elephant? That was this property here, and then for some reason they subdivided it.
The fencing job, yeah.
Yeah. But, pretty good conservation value up in that whole area. And that this piece back here butts up to Mount William, up on that back ridge there. It's kind of a little ways north.
Right. See any of those pictures of the giraffes and elephants playing in the snow in South Africa? Just got a
Yeah,
late winter storm.
So, you guys recommending that one for conservation, or?
Yeah, I think
okay.
so.
It sounds a worthy one to tuck away.
yeah.
Alright, so, let's see, next on our list is
Why not?
Peasley Hill Road. I'm guessing, so that's 405020. See if we can pull that up.
I think that's the one that sits right next to the bridge, and I think they wanna hold on to that one because of work on the bridge.
No.
No?
No, it's way up the road. It's almost across.
Oh, that's another one. Maybe maybe she's taking it off. I'm
That would be
talking
way down on the road
road
right here.
in
yeah.
here, that one,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, so this is, it's on the, it's right on Paisley, it's a lot, house lot, really, I think. What is
Oh,
it?
so that's
No, it's .68.
tight.
Quite a chunk, I don't know. I don't know if it's big enough so you can put a lot, if you could build on that or not, I don't have a clue, but I don't think, I'm not aware of any.
It is probably buildable. It was valued at
That-
37,000.
Huh?
It was valued at 37,000.
Right, that's what I'm saying, it must,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I guess half an acre isn't a whole lot of land to put a house on and a septic system and, well,
Yeah.
And you're gonna be 75 feet away unless they get a variance for the septic system from any butter, I think, right?
The well's 75, right? The septic,
I thought the
not sure what the
septic was-
setback is on that.
Maybe I've confused it. I thought it was septic had to be 75 from a
What's the well
butter.
radius? Is it 75 or no, 75 to the septic from the well, I think? That's the state one.
Probably not a lot of conservation.
I
No.
don't think so.
No, not on that one.
Yeah, I don't think there's much there. Unless somebody knows something, I don't know.
Take a look.
Which
This
is
one,
possible, you could
zoom
know a
in
lot
here.
more than me.
And then
Cotton Stage Road is awfully small.
What's this one that's right behind it? Gun Chase. So is that right up, that's East Road that's right behind it?
Mhm.
So is that under easement then, this one? Is that one of the East Road?
What, 91.2?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We've got a,
Can you see that on your map?
yeah.
As an easement?
No, I can't see the easement.
Is,
Right,
So that's, it says Edith Gun Chase. I'm just trying to think, because there's a bunch of easements on East Road.
Let's stay away from that one.
Any idea? I know what Brown had easements down there.
Well,
Can't
Eagle
picture-
Gun is way up the road. I think.
yeah, Edie's up off East Street. Up on the top of the hill. You know, if you go all the way up to where Bonnie Brown lives, she's to the right and back out to, you know, halfway out to the cemetery again.
Oh, so this doesn't have East Road frontage.
No.
No. All right, yeah, because it was that's her mailing address. Must
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So this doesn't look like it's in too far,
No, that's right off the.
because this is
Mhm.
6.68 acres, so if you look at all of these down through, it's not a lot of land there.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of small lots by the looks.
Well, it looks like one that,
Well,
the neighbor really wanted a little bit more elbow room there.
Right, yeah,
Pick it
that's what
up.
I would think, have one of the neighbors, if they were interested in it.
I found the ordinance that you want
Hmm?
here. The well water and septic.
Oh, you did, yeah.
So it's 18.2.4. Distance from the septic system to drinking well water is 75 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, minimum distance from the well water to supply to the septic system shall be at least 75.
Mm-hmm.
And so from a
Wetland, 75.
butters line, if you're building, I think, I was told it was 75 feet from an abutters line if you put a septic in.
I have to look.
I don't think so.
So, I may be wrong, somebody,
Yeah.
I'll look from
All right, so Peasy, we weren't worried about. The next one's 403 172 60.66 on Concord Stage.
what was it, 403?
Yeah.
It's a tiny piece.
Yeah. What is it up against? 403.
Oh, it's down by the river. Is that the one? Is it 403, 171?
172.
Okay.
It's a little.
Well,
I think so.
it's not a big parcel, but I think it abuts the river there. I'm 99% sure on this.
Yeah, it's like a triangle looking
Yeah.
thing.
It's a rectangle, and it abuts, it's right, we're almost, it's directly across from Pine Hill Road. And it abuts,
Oh, yeah.
it abuts the river.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly floodplain.
Mm.
Then we would want that.
Yeah, I mean, so that just goes to the old, with a Kentucky. Is that what we're looking at, Andy?
No, you're looking, it abuts a Piscataqua.
No.
It's a little bit further west. A little bit west of the edge of that old channel.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the, where the actual flood control dam is on the other side.
No.
You must be looking at something different. No, you wanna travel west from there. Pine Hill, well, actually, wait a
It's
minute.
right across
Hold
from
on.
Pine
It's
Hill.
Pine, oh,
It's
no,
right
no.
here. This is Pine Hill
Pine
Road,
Hill,
Estates Road.
403-172?
It's Center
Am I
Woods
looking at
Road, right
something?
here,
Center.
going toward Concord.
403-172 is this
Right.
piece right here.
and we're looking at 109,
We're
sorry.
looking at 109.
We're looking at,
Why are we
different,
looking
different
at
lot.
109?
Alright, hold this one for interest. So 403,
172?
that's the one Steve's looking
Oh,
at.
that's the one
Alright,
Steve-
we had different lots, guys, so that would explain
All
it.
right, sorry about that.
Stage.
So this is Concord.
Yeah, just going right down. So that's right on the side, you know, it's right next to the,
Stage Road. Oh, this is a piece.
Right across on Fox Hollow, is it?
yeah,
Yeah, it's after you cross the,
Yeah.
yeah, it's after you cross the,
After you cross the bridge.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's right there in the corner, yeah. I don't know, maybe the state, not the state, but the flood control might be interested in that. I don't know.
the Corps not gonna buy anything. They don't work that way anyhow. I mean, the feds aren't gonna show up as a tax auction and buy something. Way too much work.
Yeah.
So we should.
I don't know,
collect
maybe
these.
170 would be interested in it, the guy that owns 170.
Looks like a little chunk of pine forest.
0.66 acres.
Does about,
It's in the, probably in the floodplain, it's probably not, it's not probably buildable, I would guess.
looks like it's up above floodplain.
They're only at, the tax value is only 5,600 on it. I don't know.
That's probably about right.
So next to it is that apartment building. there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So there's really not a lot that can go on. I'd be surprised if someone buys that.
mhm.
All right, so we want to skip over that one? With no comment, or?
Be considered later.
Right, and it's not gonna be, you know, if it sells, it will be gone. You know, maybe the guy that owns the building or something.
Now we have.
That's the sort of thing
Hanover
that's
Road.
really not much value in anyone,
I mean, it's right on, yeah.
but you never know. Somebody could
Mhm.
figure out a way to drop something in there.
We put a tent on.
Why not? Enjoy it.
Go swimming in the Beaver Brook.
You
They're
know, all
backing
that
that up
shorts,
now.
Getting down to it.
Yeah, I think jump on, leave that one alone.
So now we're on 402, 006, 001 for 6 Henniker Road.
So is that the dirt
402?
dirt road on the left side, you know where that wetland is up on 114, Andy?
I think across from Billy Russell's place up there.
What's that? Oh, 402-006-001.
It's right here on the,
14833.
that's gotta be what that is, right? That's that dirt road that goes up and there's a wetland right here.
It's beyond the wetland.
Well, there's a little wetland in
Right.
here. Isn't this the
Wetland's
dirt
here.
road though? Almost has to be, right? There's Brook
That
Road.
must be that old road that used to go in.
Yeah.
And it's all wet.
Yeah. I used to ride around that, comes back out.
So where's
back
the-
over here.
Oh, the lot boundaries on that one.
Over that-
Right here.
that prospect, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's any value to us.
Is it just that little tiny yellow part?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, it's showing.
sliver up here.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's just a sliver, it's really, maybe the guy that owns lot 6 might be interested in it.
It's almost like one of those ones, you know, why would you bother unless you, just that's,
Right.
nothing you could really do with it.
Oh, sorry.
Are you good?
So do we have any recommendation with that one or no?
Just leave it alone.
Haven't gotten there yet. I just wanted to see where it sits on the aerial.
I mean, that's a
Best-
pretty good little wetland there.
Right, the best I could possibly see with it is it could be a neat little vernal pool.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, there's it shows, you know, like a stream going through there.
That one.
There's actually a lot of turtles in that wetland. I've stopped there, you know, during the spring.
There's the road
Oh,
right there.
okay,
There's the
alright.
old road.
Yeah,
right there.
this is a neat little hole.
Yeah,
This thing is,
it's a good wetland.
it's,
good what?
Wetland.
yeah.
Oh,
This thing's a true drought indicator. If that thing dries up, you are,
Yeah, dry.
you are seriously dry. And it did get pretty close to that last year.
So is that something we want?
I don't think anybody else in the world would go.
Yeah.
And most of what you see is actually in the, I don't know whether right away for the 114 is it or not, is the right word, but it is, it's a nifty little pool.
Is it nifty cool enough that you want it or not?
Well, I mean,
it's not very much.
like Steve said, it's not that sort of thing that's,
I don't think anybody could do anything with it.
Bill is saying that anybody would or could or should or,
Mm.
I mean, I suppose.
What do you guys think? Down at the other end.
Short of a sign saying, hey, here is a nifty little pool, I don't know that it's of much value to us either. I've never explored it, but it's always, I drive by it constantly, so it's like, oh yeah, that's,
You know, and I don't think the guy that lives on in the 6 here is probably that well interested in it either. It's been there.
No,
He may think he owns it anyway.
Right, yeah.
That's how narrow a little strip it is just a little.
let's live a,
And that, then it rises right there, it comes right up, there's a house that sits up on the knoll there.
You know, I've got to say, the process really bothers me with the way that the Board of Selectmen did this, because I've been asking for months and months, and, you know, I mean, someone should have gone through, like, why would this even go on that list? What good does it just, you know, to go sell that for $1,000?
I don't even know if they'd get 1,000 for it.
Right, you know, it's like, hopefully that, you know, the auctioneer is just working on a commission, because it seems like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, maybe I should send my daughter out there, buy it for $50. Hey, cool, I own a piece of land. You gotta pay 30 cents a year
Well,
on it.
there's
Yeah.
the
land and they got turtles now.
Yeah.
well, you know what the more interesting, I don't know what the tax law is looking like now, but if the thing was like appraised at, you know, say 12 grand and you bought it for $5 and then donated it back to the town.
It's
Yeah.
1.3 acres and it's got a valuation on it of 3,400. But it's all wetland there.
Well, the town's owned it since '97, and that was the appraised value of '97.
Yeah, then I don't even know.
The problem with ownership is then you got some vested interest and all of a sudden the neighbor says, hey, I want to do this, and you can't do that. I mean, it's been town owned, like you say, but I'm not.
I almost say,
sure.
like, why would we sell that? It's really nice wetland. I've jumped out there and, you know, checked, the turtles have been all on the other side of the road there, but just the
Mhm.
bigger kind of
Mhm.
wetland is both sides of that road.
Yeah.
I would say, Steve, if it's of no value to conservation, it's of no value to the town.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's no value, I'm saying it's a pretty good wetland. As far as the
Let's take a peek. Another
the
way to look
wildlife
into
that's in
I
it.
don't know.
1.3.
I mean, I have you know, I've been riding by on my Harley on a spring day and seen them all out there and actually jumped off and, yeah, I mean, there's a boatload of turtles in that wetland.
That's right. Put up some signs. No trespassing.
You know, if everyone's following the law, I mean, even if that was privately held, it shouldn't be messed with, but you never know.
Mm.
Well, if you happen to see a backhoe in there someday and you own it, maybe put the
Yeah.
You know, the Conservation Commission, I hate, you know, we're not really that
Right.
cop role, and it just sucks getting involved with that. You just hope it, you know, it doesn't.
Well, I can't imagine anyone's gonna buy it,
Yeah. we'll see.
unless the
Yeah.
guy that owns the
I
property.
mean, it's so
right-
visible. I guess that's part of it. I mean,
Yeah, it is, that's it.
it's so visible. It's so
You know,
right there. I mean, it's
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 right
the
there.
easy monitor because everybody drives by it almost daily.
Yeah, it's even like, what are we hoping to accomplish by selling it
You know,
though either?
if
Right,
somebody did
right.
buy it,
Yeah.
the use isn't even changed,
Yeah, I can't
and
imagine.
they would be paying taxes.
You wouldn't think so.
Alright, so we
leave it
doing
alone?
anything or?
Well, you can protect it.
If we're gonna protect it, then it should come under us, yes, no?
It has to be a warrant article.
Right,
Yeah, I mean,
That
you have to
would-
do that later on. If we take them off the list, then we should put them on.
right.
A
You don't-
warrant article.
Yeah, whatever the Board of Selectmen decides, I would just think, you know, that our thought would be, whatever we forward to the Board of Selectmen, our intention would be next year to put it on a warrant article to
Right.
categorize
Yeah.
the conservation.
I tell you, looking at it, I'd be tempted to add it to the list.
Yes,
I mean, that's part of the role, is protecting wetlands, and, you know, like I said, I mean, I've stopped there, there's a ton of turtles in it.
Mhm.
In the broader, you know, they were all on the other side of the road, and that could be just where the sun's hitting, time of the sun, but,
well, let's add it to our list.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's a larger,
I would just say significant wetland
yeah.
to protect.
402, 006, 001,
Yeah. So, 402.
61.
Now we're off to Concord stage.
402 dash 006 dash 001, significant wetland. Yeah, so 202, 109.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
I
that's,
know.
Right across from Pine Hill,
Well, this one's walking.
and that's the river. It's kind of low down in there, I think, if I remember correctly, you come down off the hill. That's in there.
Yeah, so that looks like it's showing on here is almost all wetland.
I can't tell from this, it doesn't show it as a wetland.
Yeah, see the dash on
Oh, the
there?
dashes, oh, you're just
Yeah.
talking, okay.
That's almost entirely wet.
Well,
is that, yeah, floodplain.
I would think we'd want that one then too.
I don't know who owns 110.
Hmm.
Right up in here, there's a little, used to be a little parking area. People used to park their cars in here somewhere.
Kathleen Rogers.
I don't know
Was
if
110.
it was right on the corner or not, but it was in here somewhere. I haven't seen anything. So I think it was somebody that owned property over here.
My vote would be to
Attach it?
tax that, just
Yeah, it looks like there's a maple, a little bit of thin pine, and then a berm along the river
Imagine, it's got that kind
on
of
the
pattern.
south side of it.
It's a 1 acre lot, but I don't know if that's something you could ever build on.
This
Maybe
is
in this corner.
River's just the other side of that.
Mm.
I wouldn't want to be down here.
wonder how much of this
Oh, yeah, so that's actually,
is right of way to the state.
Probably,
yeah, that's also
Probably
river
not
access right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
The river access and all
Yeah.
that right there.
So we should attach that.
Yeah, so it's 202 109, river access. So the next one's 107, oh, we already did that, 107071, that was Abijah.
Yeah, we want that one.
Then we got Clark Hill Road, 202 126-01.
I didn't know it.
202 126.
Oh, yeah.
202, that there was true. 202.
So that's a road, actually. Wonder what the status of that road was. Clark,
They were talking about maybe leaving this end of it open, so it would be a turnaround
Yeah, what Nancy said would have to happen is it would be a real jumble of legals up here. The
Yeah.
town turns around here,
Right,
and whoever ends up with it is gonna have to give easements to the town to continue doing that.
mm-hmm,
They're probably gonna have to give easements to at least this lot. And
Then
so
who in
then
their
this
right
one.
mind would wanna buy that?
yeah.
You know, what that does do then,
But this comes right down
it
to
goes
the
right
river.
down to the brook.
Yeah, so I mean, that's access to the,
To the river.
no, well, see, the thing about, that's different about the Piscataquag than the Center Brook is, I think Center Brook is not navigable, and the Piscataquag would probably be we could pull it up on DES's website, but I think once you're you're standing in Piscataquag, that's all public access, where I don't think Center Brook would be.
I guess you're probably right, in order to get all the arguing and carrying on. Went through Jim Nichols' land to get the brook protection.
Yeah, that big dude that lived over near Chuck there,
Lived in Chuck's
Lived at
house.
where Chuck
oh,
is
there was
now.
another guy that was right on the corner there, and he was like, look at me, don't go
Oh,
on my property.
Stedman.
Stedman.
Had like a big Suburban or something there, and old, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so where are we looking on
That's
this
their
one?
fault.
Jim was cool, well, I used to have a girl, something's out, coming right out. Hey, stop, I want you.
So then we should attach this one too,
I don't think it makes a lot of sense to sell it, but
right?
I know that when I was going over these tonight, that's almost not a good one to sell.
right.
I mean, if we owned it, they could still do their turnaround, yeah.
That nothing would change.
All right, that one was already on my list, so yeah, anyhow,
But I don't know how wide that is.
It's wide enough to walk.
oh yeah,
I know that, I know it's wide enough to walk. No, but I'm just thinking, it's 1.5 acres.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm wondering how
Yeah.
wide that was. That's
Not very.
30-foot
Yeah.
strip or?
Doesn't give dimensions.
So now we're going to Giddings Road?
yeah, you're right, there are no dimensions on that.
Nothing up here.
It's a nice size.
You can
one.
measure on here though, Bill, what do you want to
Just
know?
curious how wide that was, that strip. Not the length of it.
The width, right.
Well, you could do both, but I don't have any information on this sheet.
Sorry.
Distance, let's see. 100 feet, 104,
Wide?
yeah. Yep. Come on, alright, I get out of there.
Put the bill on
That thing's pretty neat now, it's all up and running. Get that from the town, it's on the
it.
assessing, there's a link from the assessing
Yeah.
But
webpage.
if it's not done,
Okay, so,
you just have to put the,
410,
75 feet
186.
away.
I think it's a neat place because in the event of ever doing the trails, Center Brook's pretty good to work.
really is,
And, you can park it right here. Right where the turnaround.
That's a nice piece. That's a very nice piece.
I'll figure out. So that is actually on both sides of the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting why I don't know why the tax map is not lighting up either side of that. What is Gettings Road? Is that a, private or?
Well, Clark Mill was thrown up years ago. I don't built down in there.
Mill is a, town turnaround, so that's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that, at one point, that was all thrown up, because remember when I don't built down there?
Mhm.
It was all private. She was not now.
What is this?
I think that's right next to Francistown there.
Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna have to pack a basket and just around and
Check them out.
eat to
Yeah.
try and find my way around town, because every time I come to this, there's more to learn.
So it's right in the southwest corner of the town.
No,
Yeah.
I've just found the one you moved away from.
Oh,
Where are you on now, Gettings Road?
yeah.
Yeah.
410, 186.
Okay.
So it's the very southwest corner of the town of Weare.
What was it, 410 what?
186.
So this tax map looks like none of these have houses on them.
No, they were all landowner.
Right, yeah. I don't know where this. Cranmer, oh, Cranmer, it's on
Yeah,
Cran.
yeah.
So it's out in
Tuckers.
the, yeah, this is I think this is a big field up here. This was the old Cran farm. I believe, unless it's this. Oh, I think it's on this side.
Are there fogs? Is there any water around it?
Yeah, that's a wetland right there.
Is a development that never happened.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't we get some parcels down in there from like Gordon Russell?
So none of this has been developed. Right?
No.
Remember that? They were buying some of that up.
But
Maybe-
all this
I know
other
there's a
property
few
is
homes
owned,
up here,
Yeah.
fields.
Right. yeah. But this
Mhm.
is all owned by people evidently, because otherwise
Mhm.
we'd have it on
I don't know if it's all the same
the person.
person still, but things like that are very apt to never happen.
So what's your recommendation down there? Yes? No?
So what's this? Is this a wet area?
Mm-hmm.
Through here? Looks like there's a brook coming out of that. This looks like it's all wet. With a brook coming back down.
Budding lot.
Recall, this road isn't even,
It's
this is not even a road.
It's not
It's a-
Well, they've got
it's
a,
Yeah.
You're looking at this. what
this
you-
right here
Yeah,
shows
even Graham
it's
was
wet.
Pretty
Okay.
bad back. Last time I went across it with the draft houses, I had a problem coming
Yep.
on, onto it, not too far up.
Looks like we can, you can add a conservation line now, see if that works.
Yeah. Hmm. So what's this? Oh, that's Bob. That's the. Yeah, I wonder if all of this.
So the
bought up.
Russell lots? Steve?
Yeah, I'm trying to find them. Are they in there?
Not over here.
Oh, okay.
We're looking down here.
Yeah, so we're kind of in the general area.
Yes, oh yeah, within,
Up there, drive
5-minute
up
walk
there
of
and
them
walk
anyways.
in, I think.
That's pretty
I
significant
don't know
wetland
if
there.
Gettys Road is even drivable.
No, it said, the auction company said,
Yeah, I don't think so.
so it's just up the goat path.
I'm just
yeah,
curious
it's
if all
definitely in
this.
the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Definitely a piece
This stuff
of
is
a
built. This house is up there, but
large
I don't know if they're on
unfragmented
both sides of the
chunk.
road. I haven't been up in there for quite a while.
We deliver quite a lot of material. It was home.
This home's,
I would vote that could be the first piece of the pie.
We've already got some in there. Gordon Russell donated a handful of parcels right in the general area.
really?
Yeah,
And I
Do they
think
abut that?
realistically,
they're close. They don't about.
I don't think you're taking pennies away from the taxpayers in town. I don't see how anyone would want that.
Yeah.
You know, if, my suspicions are it may go unsold, or sold for so little that
put a road in to get to it. To begin with, that's not even passable.
So we're adding it to our list? Yes?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
So that is. $410,186.
I need a road, I know, mountain road.
So that's near other conservation parcels. And has wetland, has significant wetland. Yeah, the other thing we're not even using, just because, I mean, we are kind of rushed on this, we've also got the whole NRI, all the layers from that, they're essentially coded with, like, I'd be curious how that thing's scored. Because even though, you know, right now we're looking at the stuff from a parcel perspective and from a size perspective, but now if you pull up do you have the PDFs of the NRI maps on there? So if you pull up,
Yeah, I think so.
like it'll give a value for that area. So we might be looking at a small parcel, but
Right, that's it.
NRI.
it was the natural resources inventory, and that also corresponded with the Fish and Game's wildlife action plan, which, you know, essentially they take like undeveloped blocks, and it didn't necessarily include parcelization, which is what we're looking at, because parcelization could show there's 50 landowners, but maybe nothing ever happened. So really that forest block is still there. And now the town is gradually getting, because we see, you know, the same thing kind of happening up closer to Farron, was there were a lot of lots. And then also,
Something that I'll suggest we do is approach the select board. I think that this is just a very small percentage of the properties that the town has.
it's actually not, because Naomi gave me that town report, and I went through the whole thing there, and you know, I agree with getting rid of stuff that has buildings on it, certainly, you know, but the town report was messed up in that it did. What was John's sister-in-law that we bought that piece from? Yeah, Lorraine's piece that we bought was still showing up in the back of town report as being taken for taxes, and we had bought the thing, and then there were two other pieces in there that were showing up that we.
We could get ourselves in a pack of trouble with some of that stuff.
So yeah, you're looking at, is that the wetland right there? So it's,
This one.
okay.
I don't know.
My point on it is, any other parcels that are out there
Mm-hmm.
aren't in this
List.
auction list, rather than feeling like you're being
This one right here. What we're looking at.
rushed to do something, is ask for that list and then do all your research.
Well, this is 2017, this is the list that had in
Mm.
the thing. Marsh Ridge.
So, you know, like Pat did that, God, 10 years ago, when she went through the list and said, hey, let's put these on the warrant. And we just haven't had an open space committee, or haven't been thinking about that there's kind of some new things that got accumulated in the meantime. So we did do that in the past. We just haven't really felt the town, when's the last time the town did a tax sale? Probably
Well, no.
eons.
It's gotta be a dozen years at least, 'cause
Yeah.
some of these properties, if you look back at these properties,
Before that is
some of these properties are back in the, 92.
Yeah, I've been on the commission for, I don't know, how many years
can't
have we been
remember
now?
the last time we did one.
We're on like 15 or more. Or you're a little ahead of me.
Yeah, a couple of years maybe.
So it hasn't happened the whole entire time I've been on the commission.
Yeah. I can't remember one.
So yeah, anyhow, this parcel shows up as, you know, it's got kind of a medium hue to it. And then the road just is what caused this discounting that area. Would be my guess. And really,
Right,
the
that's-
road's not really there, you know,
Correct.
or it's just a dirt road.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next one was,
So we're adding that
So that's
for
a
the-
small
Yeah.
piece of the bigger puzzle.
yeah, it really is. So that was 410-186. It's near other conservation parcels and has significant wetland value. Alright, so next is gonna be 410-046, and that's on Mountain Road, 2.5 acres.
Yeah, that's right at the top.
That should be a fairly valuable house lot.
Yeah, it's got a 43,000 about on it.
That's not it. 410.
046.
Two and a half.
On this one?
Is it buildable as 2.5?
I'm not sure.
I mean, you know, so acreage doesn't even matter if it's a lot of record, it's just whether or not you can get a septic on there and get your separation for your well.
It's 2.5 acres.
Yeah, it's a
Well, I
pretty
didn't know
good
if we had
spot.
areas in town where you have
But
to have
it's
a
right there.
maximum of this before you
Where's
can.
Lawrence?
We did, but these, I mean, we do, but
Just
these are all
beyond
existing
Lawrence
lots of
on the
record.
side. And I think
So-
this is that big house that sets in
Sits
there.
right
And you can always
Yeah.
go to,
Yeah, that's a little town road right there.
the,
So there's a little, it's a nice
So
little.
Ask for
area.
it.
Get a very.
Yeah,
Can't
get a
fault with
variance,
it, but
right.
I just
It
walked
looks
that
more
way.
like it's a
Pine
buildable
Drive.
lot as opposed to
Yeah,
Pretty nice big
us
lot.
unless it's
Mhm.
got, does it have
Freshly
anything
paved
on it?
road.
Doesn't look like
yeah,
it's got a
all
problem.
baked.
Oh,
Other than a lot of ledge.
I don't think that's anything we would,
Got this triangle here.
What's up with that long sliver next to it? I wonder.
Not long sliver.
Is that? Yeah, what's that?
Is that a paper road, or what is that?
That's an old town
That's an
road.
original,
This
way
is-
back.
It's still a class 6 road.
Oh, is it really?
You can't travel that. You can?
You know, not in your car.
Oh, yeah, no, not a,
Yeah.
maybe a four-wheeler.
You can truck out the
Would you? I'll have to go up and look.
Hmm.
I mean, I just walk that up 2-3 times a week.
It goes out, some, one, there was a development on the end of this road,
Yeah.
going over.
So we're
the
past
log
now.
cabin.
I don't know.
The youngest son has the lot.
Somebody knows something.
Oh, wow. So, oh, I know, there's a well house here, and I think that,
It doesn't look like a road.
On that end, no.
It's, he mows it.
yeah.
All right, so we doing anything with that or
That's
no?
for sale again.
The house is,
That house is
it's
for
a pretty nice place.
sale. I mean, over the years, several people have.
I don't think so.
All right,
I think we pass on that one.
I got 407-51. Do the next one.
407.
We'll find one. Watch them.
Oh, that's that parcel right down there where Hodgson and Mount Gibbon come out.
Yep.
Oh, no, that's not, this is
Yeah,
just
no,
that,
it's
no.
just a building along
Yeah.
Washington Road.
There's another one on Deering Center, that's right there by the.
You
It's
know,
not
that-
in, that's not
well-
in very far.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of
What
that
is,
in
what
the
is this
beginning, it's
37?
slopey.
What is this 37 landlocked thing?
I don't know what that is. This is the campground.
Yeah.
This 37, they go, I don't know, it's not down far enough.
What are you
I'm not
looking for?
sure.
Be done.
Just looking to see what the abutter,
All the way up to,
what the deal is with that 37.
There's an old road that came in here, I think it's right here.
yeah, it is.
This is where, Bob Coleman.
Yep.
So this is that old road that came in, it comes all the way up to the campground, 'cause I used to,
That doesn't go all the way to,
no, there's a line here, so I'm not sure who owns that.
There's been woods work on 37.
That shows the old road, so I'm not sure.
is this, does that back up, is that 37 part of the, those big properties up off of,
Toby Hill?
Toby Hill? Yeah, that's Toby Hill here.
Right, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, what is, hold on, what's 36?
That parcel might, I can't tell you for sure, might have gone at one point with, Bob Coleman's property, but I don't know if it does today.
But we own 36 and we don't have any road frontage, so like,
You own 36?
well, the town does.
So then we would want this to get to frontage,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
hang on. Well, it's at a triangle, but,
That's steep, that's just kind of
Kitty corner.
a, have to look at it.
yeah,
Steep,
36,
I mean,
let's see what 35 is.
The town owns 36,
Yeah,
you would certainly want that.
Was that was that a gift we got about 5 years ago?
Because that first house is a problem, it helped the driveway to get up on into it.
I thought we got a gift down in there.
Yeah, we did somewhere.
Do people will us a lot of money? For a lot of money?
no, once in a
Very
while.
infrequent.
So far,
Probably
like,
3 times.
Yeah, the
in last
Colburn
12
Trust.
years.
Yeah, that's the
okay.
Colburn
That's
Trust.
fairly decent.
it is, see, that one I thought it was Bob Coleman's.
Yeah, you know what?
That
Right.
might be nice to have access in there.
And then did that turn into like someone else was pissed off about something and it was kind of, remember that? There was a whole thing about, whether something could be changed in the deed.
I was pretty sure.
What-
And we had to get
yeah,
that
there
legal
was-
opinion on that.
The potential for that and that.
And the legal
Yeah,
opinion was no.
No,
it
you can't touch it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So maybe this is a good piece of land to pick up.
No, actually, there's a road running. So what is this road right here?
Exactly. I
Is that a
don't know.
class 6?
Probably.
That's still a town road.
Yeah, there's some class 6 behind it, right? Yeah. So we actually own 36, and then, so how big is 51? I mean, 51's kind of a triangle to it.
2.5.
Yeah, that's right. It's across. You'd have to say it. I don't know. Do you call that in a butter? I don't think so.
Well, let's see if, are there houses on these other ones though?
Yeah. I don't know on every one, but there's houses on that first one for sure, because it goes up, there's a steep driveway that goes up into it.
Yeah, not that this is that accurate, but it looks like there's quite a crowder.
There's several small houses in there, I just can't tell you if there's a lot that's on.
Yeah.
You have to take the map and drive there and look.
Well, you can just look at the cards next to them.
Yeah, well, see, this shows there's
This was Bob Coleman.
Yeah, there's a ranch next to it
the
on 52, and there is. There's a ranch on the other side of it. Another funny thing is, Sherry, I don't know if the Board of Selectmen has discussed the whole concept, but say they sell that 3.46 acres and someone plants a house on it. So say we get 10 grand this year out of it. That house will never ever pay for itself.
Why?
Because when, sending kids to school, your municipal
Oh.
services, there's just no gain in getting something like that.
Yeah,
If we do cause more housing to be essentially developed.
yeah.
I know some people just don't always get that whole concept. The only land use that really pays for itself is agriculture and timber, because it has no, very little services associated with it.
Right. Yeah. They built a small house in there.
I wonder what happened with that lot. It seems like a pretty good sized lot. I mean, 3.4.
It's certainly big enough.
Oh yeah, easily.
nice jobs looking at it.
that the one we got donated? No, we don't, no. Which one was that?
I don't know. It's just jumping at me right now.
What's that?
Dearborn?
The Stark, land use change at this little piece in here.
Where are you?
Alright, there's
Oh.
149, Mount Dearborn,
Yeah,
up behind, I don't know.
Oh.
what this piece is.
that's, wait a minute, that's what's his name, he just cut that off, that's, with the
He's
Hood's
got-
place, that's where Dave Richards,
Hmm,
and they cleared
Yes.
up behind it off.
Yeah, that's what this is, yeah, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
That was a
And then if you
thorough
go,
job.
keep going, because they've just cleared some more up the road on the other farm where Alicia Walker lived.
oh,
There's
So they
another
can-
big parcel of land that got cut off.
is that going back to a pasture, or was that just a heavy cut?
No, heavy cut,
Alright.
let's open that up,
Oh.
because they're raising
Yeah.
animals there, I think. I mean,
You have to keep working it to keep it open, that's for sure.
yeah, well, he may, he's got equipment, so he may be, but yeah,
Mhm, well. All right, so
the next place up, yeah, the next big farm up the road did the same
It's on
thing.
here. maybe.
I don't think it's that,
That's the Curtis place over
no, maybe it doesn't show on this, yeah. They just did it a
Yeah.
long time ago,
there. Right, this was a year ago,
yeah,
so,
and that was done this summer, that other
Mhm.
cut. Yeah, I'm just,
yes, it might be.
I'm
this
thinking
here.
it's, I don't know where the house sits, I can't even see a house, is that it?
There's one here. There's one up
That's it.
on,
No, that's it, that's the, Alicia Walker's place right there with the barn.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this has been all cut off and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it
It doesn't show.
looks like it's ready for it.
So what was the consensus on that one? We, all set with it?
I'd keep it.
So you're saying keep it,
You want
Got a
Only
big
in
stump.
keep.
keep,
If there's, we have other land around.
yeah, I mean, it's close.
It's
So-
not gonna pay for itself anyway, so why don't we hang on to it?
Maybe that'll be a bargaining chip for the select.
By the time we get through with this, the selectmen might as well not bother.
Wait a minute.
There's
Now,
another
wait a
one.
minute,
Oh,
Bill.
hey!
We'll chip that one in.
Yeah, okay.
There
Whoop,
you go.
thanks for the reminder, yep, yeah.
Thanks for the reminder.
All right, so that was
What am I
407.51.
gonna do, bring a roll of duct tape?
So it's near other conservation
Yeah.
parcel on Hodgson.
Now we have water money.
Yeah, so Waterman is gonna be right down there at the lake.
Unless you own property, unless you own
10
mostly.
Yeah, 101.83.
Maybe they donate to us and we could have a swimming hole first.
It's an oddball thing.
Yeah, it is terrible. I'm sure that's, yeah.
So that says Putney Brook Road.
Well, yeah, they just renamed that, I think, Putney Brook.
It's,
It's an unusual shaped
Yeah.
parcel.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in off Reservoir. But this in here, I think that changed to Putney.
Do you have lake access?
It's kind of weird, 'cause
Not there,
There's
no.
no lake access.
there's no lake access to it, and it
It's showing that that road,
runs right along in the inside of it, kind
yeah,
of.
I wonder who cuts
They
up
had
these
it
lots.
It is a funky little piece.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like somebody
Should
showed
be
their
one.
cord.
quite a
I
lot.
thought mine was swirly.
Here.
Somebody knew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they wanted to.
It probably has
especially like
deeded
this
water access through
70
that Waterman Road,
there.
more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this piece is here, you can't see them. That's 74 maybe? Yeah, 70, 73, 75.
Mm.
Can't see a number there, but that piece,
Mhm.
or this piece, they could really put several
Mhm.
places in if they had a right of way.
homes all abutting
That's
up
2.5.
there in those properties.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, with that
Yeah.
wood.
They could put ooh, multi-unit.
Well, that's a private
If they
road,
had
right?
roof- If they had
I'm
roof,
just thinking that if they had water frontage,
right,
it would do them much nicer.
well, if 73 was interested in it, or this,
Mhm.
I don't know what this one is. This
Mhm.
one, they probably could get to it
It
too,
is,
75.
Do we own anything around it?
Mm-mm. We don't call, there's an easement on this Collins. You know, we never discussed that either, did we?
Collins Landing?
Oh, that,
Getting threatened by Forest Society.
right, we did not, or at least I was not around for it.
Oh, what about this, one of these lots here, there?
Yeah, I was thinking about that one, just literally shut them up. You could just pull out there, look at it and say, yep, I monitored it, done.
You've been down this road
Oh, I know.
recently?
I did, I took a ride out, wow. Mm.
Does this piece do anything for us?
Those little lots.
Hard to say without looking at it or digging through deeds. I kind of doubt it. That area, pretty heavily developed right around it.
Too bad I brought these back.
You know, push the wall out for me, I'm not
What do you think?
Do we
I
own,
mean, it's
is there
a
any other
little
land
small
on
neighborhood
this side
there.
that we own,
I don't know what the
Any-
town would do with it.
or easements in there?
There's an easement on Collins.
Resort
What's
conservation.
for?
I'm
Call-
not sure.
Excuse me, Collins.
3. Does that mean this is all wetland in here?
Oh, you know, that abuts Collins Landing, doesn't it?
Oh, just about abuts the road, yeah. Not all the way to it though, this must be a 10-foot.
No, either side of the road is Collins Landing.
So the Butts property,
Did you say
yeah, we
we
got a
have
pain in
easement
the
on
neck
the land?
easement. on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then that could come.
I'm not sure where the easement physically is, though. It's not the whole thing, because it's condos in there. Why is a bird's eye view not available for that region? Doesn't make sense. What else there for layers? You know, Collins must not show up on Granite's easement layer, huh? Do you have it on
Yeah, it's
there?
not- yeah, apparently we do. I mean, that's, imagine that's this,
And where's this thing, like right there?
right?
It's gotta be up on this then.
Was it something that runs through here? Oh, this thing, alright. This. It doesn't drop down to the lakefront.
But,
Nah,
you know, 70, lot 73 and
right.
it abuts 75. This must be 74, but I'm not sure, but any of them could take advantage of that.
I think I'd steer clear of that one.
Yeah.
So that's a no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really boxed in pretty heavy.
I think it could be quite a lot of monetary gain for town.
Maybe.
Yeah, one of those other lots, I'm gonna pick it up, yeah.
Quite a lot of money right there.
It all depends on what it goes for. If one person
Yeah.
shows up and throws $1 at it, it's an absolute, yeah.
Yeah, but But if you show up there, you have no, there's no access to the water.
No, I'm saying if you want, one of those Bill was saying there could be some monetary gain to the town, but I'm just saying if there's not a bidding war going on, you never know it's gonna get driven up to that 60 grand,
Fraught with perils, any auction.
Well, that concludes that exercise.
That was the Weare Nh Court one,
So how are we gonna pass our notes back to the selectmen? Did something, Andy, you wanna compose an email, or?
No, sounded to me like you got some thorough notes there, Steve.
And what about, did you go through all of these, Steve?
Yeah,
And is there anything in this that's, we haven't gone through tonight, because there's more here than there, that's for
Right.
sure.
yeah, 40180, where CC already owns it, that's a problem in there. Yeah, I've got all my notes here. There were a couple of them on Marsh Ridge Road near Farron.
Right, yeah.
410, 258, 259, those should be conservation. 411, 42, 002 was, that's in Dustin Tavern, that's part of that big wetland there, we've already got a conservation area down there. 401, 003 didn't show up for some reason, that's kind of near, I think it was next to Collins Lynch.
This one here, the town was gonna keep, this is that little piece during Center Road. And this, you turn on to Hodgdon, there's a little strip right in here, and the brook comes through it underneath.
Hmm.
And this is Mount Dearborn right here. So they felt that probably wanna keep that, and there's the marshes over here. And this is there's a little pond in here with a dam. The dam's out, but that feeds into the marsh. This would be, what was the number of that one up above? This is the house right on the corner, the big gray house, and this is where Bob Coben lived.
And that's 36 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was this one's 51 was what
Right,
we
and
just
this is
mentioned.
Indian Road that goes up through, that goes all the way up to the campground. So that's just that little sliver there that got left, because
So the ones we just discussed, let me see your notes, because I wasn't like modifying, the new ones I added on to my existing spreadsheet that I already had, but we didn't
Yeah.
discuss everything that was in here.
I'm not sure whether I caught the first one or not. That was a little slow. Wasn't easy.
Alright, so we had 107.15 and 107.71. Those are both up at Horace Lake, we discussed those.
Yeah.
15 and 71, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to review what I wrote?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So the ones, the 71 and the 15,
yep,
and then the next one I was unclear on the 10930 tiny piece of property with access to Lake Daniels. Did you want to keep or pass? Or keep?
yeah, we wanted to keep that, we
Kept
said
that.
access for fishing.
Okay, so, and then the next one, 411 352. Those are the only two.
That was
Or-
old Francistown.
That one we said no.
We said no to that one.
Right,
And then 108052 was a yes. Insider information from, I didn't write.
Steve.
Steve,
Well, I have your name, yes, and you have 18-1, what is that?
That-
18-1 was bought to prevent development. There is conservation value here. It gives 2 extra parking lots. And it abuts Mount Williams
Is that up Mount William up by you? Well,
Well, so yeah, I mean,
that's Pond View.
right, it's all, so basically there are two really big conservation easements just down the slope from there. And then there's that other parcel that I said was bought to prevent it from being developed. And then the big Mount William property, which is privately held, is just in that general area, a little ways away, not too far. I mean, you can literally walk from that spot right over there pretty easily, but it just gives good access to the whole upper part of Melvin Valley, essentially, right up from there. All right, so
405-020. I did not get that one either.
That was a no.
yeah, we pass on that one.
No. And then the, so I'm just gonna list so 402-006-001, true drought indicator, lots of turtles in early spring, that was one.
Yeah.
All wetland, bigger part. No building on this property, even if it was sell. Something about the Warren article. I'll figure it out on video anyways. 202-109 was selected.
Yeah, they had river access.
202-126 was selected.
202-126.1.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
down in Center Brook.
Yeah, so that's Clark Mill Rural access to Center Brook.
Is the town, would be good for the town truck stuff. 410-186.
Check is no, and this is no.
And 407-51 was that. Is that correct?
407-51, yeah, near,
Yes.
yeah.
Town owns land adjacent or near adjacent.
Is the document Sherry's referring to, is that the town report from 2017? Or is that the master plan?
No.
Okay,
Town report.
okay.
So I'm gonna try to write something up for you to sign, or?
I'd suggest you send it right along.
You're the chair.
I've heard that. Says the vice chair.
Forward it to him and he can sign it and send it
Vice
out.
chair's kinda meaningless.
I'd be willing to do that, thank you.
Alright.
No, it's not like meaningless as long as I sit here.
So then the,
Just careful.
so Naomi said, you know, we're kind of initially going back and forth about this process, that there's some warrant article that prohibits the selectmen from selling anything bigger than, was it 5 acres?
Yep.
So,
There's a 10 acre, we have one lot, but we haven't, we've gotta look at that. But there's a building on it, so,
there is a building.
yeah.
Because that 411-42-002 is 11 acres, the one at Dustin Tavern, that
Yeah,
was,
that's the one I'm talking about,
that has a building on it?
yeah. Yeah.
Let's go back to that. Um, 411-042.
You didn't have the conservation clubhouse on this? Awesome.
Don't already have that.
Right. For now.
411-042. How come, so that doesn't,
Side of the,
that's not showing a house on it.
Yes, they keep it there.
Sherry, does that have a house or just a regular outbuilding?
What one, the lot he just mentioned, the 11
Yes,
acres, there's a house on it.
Yeah, it doesn't show it on the tax card.
Really? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's a house on it. Not in the same one, there's one down in Dustin Tavern.
Yeah. Open the card up now. Oop, so there, yeah, it does here, okay.
Big house.
Oh, no, it said land was separated from 41141. Eight homeowners land posted per town and sign on property equals sale property, not go to house removal, something. So it looks like that might have got subdivided.
Which one is that, say? North of the marsh?
00. Yeah, I don't know, it's confusing.
No, just go off at the end of the street.
Oh, said one's part of lot line adjustment of 41141.
You know,
Get a copy of the map.
yes,
Or what?
before it does happen. I'll
Cross
show
the
you.
ones off at a duplicate.
Well, it says there's a camp down there.
But maybe it's, but I was told there was a house on it. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, and it was around the 10-acre lot.
Yeah,
Maybe it's one we should check into.
Actually,
To see if it actually has a lot.
Dustin Tavern Road, 411 you looking at?
mm-hmm,
042?
yeah.
Yeah, there's, its assessed value is 225,000, there's a house on it.
Yeah, but how come this, so the notes in the tax card said, it was part of 41141. Says the land was separated from 41141, so I wonder if that's,
Maybe it was, because this says 002 in this book.
yeah.
So maybe the house was separated out, but there's still that parcel of property.
I don't know, I just don't get where the house actually,
I don't have an address for it, so I didn't bring everything I had.
oh, so here's,
Well, it's not, I don't think it's part of,
It's not
the
anything.
list you have is.
Here's 77.
Oh, right, yeah.
Rules.
We can't do anything with it anyway, because we have to be an article.
that's confusing as heck, 41.
I'm pretty sure that even went. Did you know that? Right on my phone.
Oh, yeah, yep,
That one.
that one I know.
That should-
No, shouldn't have.
Actually, this is under the seat.
Oh, that's definitely a different house.
Before it got given up.
Mhm. The problem was that, that whole thing was so.
Is that the guy that punched the driveway through the wetland to get in there?
I'm not sure exactly which house this is. That
No, but I remember they pounded one through there. There's like a little, that might have been further up here. Cause that's
Alright, so
Forest
the-
Road, it's that, you know, that big wetland complex. in
Marsh is
there.
over here, right?
Yeah, so that's not actually where the rest of our stuff is. Cause there's Oak Hill here, is a big, that's, but that thing's mostly all wetland. We don't have to worry about that tonight anyhow.
No, stuff was gonna happen with that right away.
Hmm. So I think I've got good enough notes.
What's next?
Steve gives me my agenda back. Okay. All right, let's jump and review some minutes. Got, working backwards, the August 8th minutes. We had Bill, Sherry, and Lori present. Michael was also here as a guest. Any comments on the August 8th minutes? Corrections? Concerns?
Motion to approve?
So we got Lori with the motion. Do we have a second?
No, second it.
There being no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And did I hear anything from you on that one, Bill?
You didn't, but I.
Yeah, okay. All right, all in favor, therefore that one passes. How about July 11th? We don't have minutes. I believe I was at that meeting and I never produced any minutes, so,
Oh.
yeah, that's before the wheels fell off, so. That's on the to-do list.
Off the bus?
Yeah, almost. So that's a 2D for Fulton. Now jumping down to number 2, planning board. Yeah, don't we wish? Chip usually puts the minutes in, not the minutes, the plans the day of our meeting. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 plans that just showed up today. Starting from the top. Wait, we got this thing saying regarding William and Naomi Bolton. Lot line adjustment. Does anybody know anything about this one? I think we do. Alright, we have a lot line adjustment plan. It's map 412, lots 223 and 226. Norris Road and Twin Bridge Road. With owners being Bill and Naomi. Plan prepared by Mike Dahlberg.
So where are they adjusting from to?
Purpose of the plan is to reduce lot 223's acreage and increase lot 226 acreage. With parcel A to be consolidated with lot 226.
If I may.
Yeah, why don't
we're-
And you may.
Yeah, we're deeding, clearing off the upper lot. Just making, I think it's a 13-acre lot.
we get this so we can see it, get out of the way a little bit, back up.
Alright. This will be Norris right here. This parcel we bought several years ago and it ran down and out to here. This is a little mobile home that we purchased a few years ago, and this is our home. What we are doing is we're cutting this piece, we're just following the stone walls. And we've deeded this, or deeding this, to our son and his wife, and they're gonna
Mhm.
build a home out here. And we've taken the rest of the land that was with this, and are just adding it to our original house.
Oh, that's much easier.
So the house lot of 7.67 acres goes to 34, and a new lot of 14 acres after adjustment is established, not established, is downsized, but nifty size.
So this land back there, Bill, that was a separate parcel?
No, that was part of the,
That was
Oh,
part of
part of this
223.
piece? Oh, all right.
And now it's being
Oh, there you
returned to
go.
the house lot.
I was looking for, we got a statement, there are no wetlands on the adjusted 223. About that.
Well, that pretty much covers it, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Therefore, I will not see a 25-foot buffer, even though there would be one, thank you, Mike, if there were wetlands, so, fair enough. All right, so that was explained and passes through with a no comment, unless somebody would like to add a comment. There being no suggestion of such, that's a no comment.
I should have been allowed to talk, because there's no monetary gain, unfortunately.
Not a problem. Alright, then we move on to subdivision. Michael and Tammy Pelletier.
That's the one they, remember they called us about buying it for conservation, but the price was pretty high. They were looking at it.
How long ago was that, Steve?
I don't know, a year or two ago. Right over there by the Eaton. I'm on with that, unless it's a different parcel.
So where is it? Over there by the store? Across
Oh, I could be wrong. See, no, that's a different parcel.
Okay. Is that what they're doing, cutting out a section of that field? It's the road. Oh, right hill.
So there's a 201, existing lot 201, I mean map 201 lot 43. And then there's proposing a 201 43.2.
Yeah, that's field. Land is that's the field land. Right, is that where it is?
So there's the existing building
That's Woodbury Road here.
is gonna assume the new, it's a subdivision, so you have to have a new lot number, right? So interestingly, the existing building, which will be on 2.29 acres, will be the new 43.2. Leaving a 10-acre lot, or leaving 43 as a 10-acre lot.
Looks
With a 4K box, a possible future well location. And then a goodly chunk of,
Where's their driveway?
It'll come right in off Woodbury.
Both of them, or they use the same driveway?
No,
I don't know, that would be right at the intersection, so I don't know. Right, because they're only gonna be 34 feet on Woodbury, that would be I don't know whether you can do a driveway that close, I don't know.
I don't know, to the
So-
intersection.
But there's a lot of frontage up here.
yeah, but they need the state driveway permits, and if that's not a, there was some rule about the, as far as complying with the site distances and whether or not it's allowed to get because that's an existing lot. This would be, a fair question to ask, are they even able to get a state driveway permit?
Oh, what's this? This says driveway right here.
That's existing.
That's existing.
Oh,
So for this lot right here, it's gonna have to come out on Concord stage.
And they have to get clearance from the state to do that.
Yeah, you have to get a state driveway permit.
You got hundreds of feet of
what's
frontage to
4,000
work on.
square feet?
That's
So-
just showing I could.
A building, a
So-
house.
Isn't it the septic box?
Yeah, we always call it the 4K
Oh.
frontage field box, I guess.
I don't think they can come out at that intersection, do you?
I don't know, my
No.
first blush, that would surprise me. But like I say, I just don't know on that.
But they're not showing the driveway, right?
No,
Is
they're
that
showing.
right there?
They're showing, no, that's just a midpoint between two different measurements. So
Don't they
Here-
have to show a driveway?
here to
these
here,
things?
from that V to that V is 157.48
Okay.
feet. And then the next one's
153.
153, and then the next one's 170.
Hmm.
Would they have to show that now, or when they do the building permit?
No, I don't know. I don't know what the subdivision rules are. You have to look at the subdivision rules.
Quite a lot of frontage
Mm,
Yeah,
on
but
the,
If they don't
on the
have,
Piscataqua.
yeah, so
A lot of floodplain.
So where's the 50-foot setback from wetland? Doesn't have lines on there for that.
For some reason, there's a 50-foot
50 foot
shown
there.
there.
yeah, but here's
And that's a 50-foot shown, but
a different symbol.
I guess. It's not 50-foot setback from the flood zone limit, it's 50 foot from this dash line, so it's,
So that is
Here.
that's the wetland one. Okay.
yeah.
How come they don't label that as 50-foot wetland setback? You say it's not labeled.
Yeah.
Not you and me, that.
Yeah.
Couple generations more. May not be getting food readily available. The lots shortage of
I guess
West
they're
Coast.
saying that this is dry up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
vegetation protect all the feeling. Very long. What might I say?
That's, yeah, the building setback. It's not like- So I wonder if something you said about grandfathering or existing lot of record being able to, better able to get the state driveway permit has.
That's not an existing lot of record. You have a driveway over here.
But
That's the
like I
law.
said, I find it curious that this one over here becomes a .2 and this one that's
This
not been built stays as the 43.
Right, but that doesn't have a driveway. think it's out there, remember with Pine Hill, we ran into that whole issue. It's like, I think a 400-foot,
Sight distance.
yeah, either way.
It has a lot to do with the speed too.
Yeah,
That's probably a fairly slow road through there.
a Concord stage.
Speed limit.
It's not too fast.
That's 77, isn't it?
So the
Yeah.
store,
People don't go slow.
It's
on
35
37.
right there, ain't it?
store's right here. And
You surely don't want the,
It's the same as the Pine Hill entrance. They were looking for 400 down in there. The old Pine Hill
Mhm.
Road there, yeah.
hard pressed. But maybe, I don't know.
oh, they can't build anything down in here, so.
My guess is they'll end up trying to get something across this. Come back for a variance or something.
But for
Do we
another lot,
normally clear that?
That reminds me of something though.
you mean for another house?
We gotta remember to do
No,
that.
to actually put a house lot out there.
I gotta remember to tend to Steve's late summer
Parking area on top of the hill?
late summer concern about
Yeah, I
the
don't know
field
what they'll
across
do.
from
I
him.
mean, they could put a house in there if they got a variance, but
Do we generally grant variances for that?
it's not up to us. Zoning board, you never know what they're gonna grant a variance for.
All right. We at least had a good look, and I will appreciate the wetland stamp, and let's look for a call out on the building setback from wetlands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's mention of the, well, I guess that's something though. There's mention of the 25-foot non-wetland or non-disturbance zone, but it's not shown.
Yeah, it needs to get be
And that
shown.
should be
Ask
shown.
it to be shown.
That should be shown, yeah. Non-disturbed. Any questions on that one, Courtney? Okay. And planning board looks at it on the 27th, according to this. And for something a little bit different, we have a site plan review
What does that mean?
dated today from, a note from today. Note from Chip dated today. Another plan review, in this case, scheduled for the 27th. This is or I guess the owner is Romar Assistive Services. The plan is an old one dated 98, prepared for all clear. I don't know. This one's a little bit different.
English.
Who knows? Who knows? We are looking at a site that is opposite Gould Road, off
Sept
of 114, south of Colby Road.
Is this the storage facilities
Is that the new unit that they just put in down there?
across
There's
from
an
Lake Tops?
existing reed beds, existing greenhouse. Where's the address? Am I missing it? 400 South Stark Highway, I guess.
Also sad.
approved future addition on an existing building.
That's,
Owner and applicant, but
Yes.
Down where Billy Bove is.
Where is
That's what I was
it?
just thinking. Across from Lang Tots.
Okay, it's a storage facility.
No,
it's all behind.
out behind it.
Okay.
but it's an old plan. This is a 98 plan. Why are we looking at a 98 plan?
Shouldn't they be updating it for us to look at? Things change.
Yeah,
What's the
that doesn't
name
tell
of-
me anything.
No.
what's the name of the plan again?
It's a revised site plan, Route 114, tax map 109, lot 12.
It's Romar Assistive Services.
It has something to do with the Whitetail development. There's some kind of thing going on between the two.
That far
Talking all
apart?
about it last night.
That far apart?
I'm not Whitetail. It's the one with the Govera wants to, I don't know, I shouldn't forget it.
This was Bove's.
Wasn't
Is it still
White, too.
Bove's? No. It was Bove's.
Well, they should have an updated plan. We shouldn't be dealing with one from 1998.
Yeah.
It's not even clear what they're trying to do there.
I don't know what they're doing.
They need to
Doesn't tell us
send it back to them to come up with something that's much more advanced. This is an old plan and things
Height-
change.
height
This is
ele-
like somebody trying to
elevation
slide
and
something
stuff,
through.
But I don't, what he's trying to do.
Well, this is a, it's a place to dump,
Septic.
sewage, yeah.
Septic, yeah.
I don't know how that ever got put in down there with all that water.
And my understanding was they're not doing that anymore.
Well, then we need to have this thing go back to the group and have them come up with an accurate plan that defines what they're actually doing, because it's old and it's talking about dumping sewage.
Well, that's what they did. I don't know that they're still doing it, but they were.
Alright, so I'll let Chip know that the commission notes that the plan was run by us, but we are completely in the dark about the purpose of looking at a 1998 plan and
Want
Well, there's no
an
What are we?
information on the
Oh.
updated revision.
20 years later? I don't know.
Yeah.
But at least we know now. It is,
Last thing we need is dumping sewage.
I guess 400 South Stark Highway. Okay. Alright, and that's for the no plans for the September meeting. So now we got through the 3 no plans. Alright, now where did supposedly there's some wetlands letters.
Letter of compliance, yeah.
Are those
But I didn't find the originals in the mailbox and I didn't print out anything that was.
I printed it all out. The 3 letters.
Courtney, I would love to have a copy of that. We can usually move through them pretty quickly, but I would move too quickly.
I didn't print the letter of compliance, but printed the other one.
Letters.
Cool.
Letter of compliance.
I don't know if
Letter
this
of
letter
compliance,
was
we don't
supposed
need.
with this. I think.
Right.
From what I'm seeing, one is tending to be getting
Alright,
wonder.
so there's,
Yeah.
right, we got Dylan.
It's just a thank you letter. It's got
Yeah.
There's the people that went horseback riding through our stuff.
Yeah, there was a,
That was nice.
Yeah, that fellow showed up. That gentleman didn't show up this evening.
No, so Mary and Glenn are supposed to come.
Did that get on the
Are
agenda?
we supposed to get in tonight?
The Hilburn.
Oh, did it go on?
Yeah,
It is.
I looked into it a little bit. He was here in 2007, I think. It had to do with the little development going up in his area, so I don't know if he was involved with that. Around Daniels Lake.
oh, that thing.
All right, so this first one, letter of compliance, received an as-built plan of the property, which was requested by DES. Somehow, the applicant got two different permits for the same application, and the construction was slightly different than what was on the plans. They now have the plan of record for their shoreline permit, and we'll be closing the file. Good for them. Alright, so they did some paperwork and got it all squared away. Now, on wetlands and on-site specific application, Jim, Susan Dow.
Septic system,
Jim and Susan Dow received their permit.
is not valid unless the septic system construction approval.
So where is the variance for that? Let's see.
This is 196 Colby Road. We got it on the agenda there.
Construction driveway installed 2 culverts.
So we really don't know what went on.
Was not discussed. All right, so there's a approval date of August 31st on a wetlands permit for the Dows. Dredge and fill 2,000 square feet of wet meadow to construct a driveway and install 2 culverts. One 18-inch by 24 feet, another one 18-inch by 37 feet. To access a proposed single-family residence and barn.
It doesn't seem that there's a variance for that. Just nothing recent, anyhow.
Variance from the non-disturb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there isn't a variance, they can hardly go through with this.
So we could point this towards Chip and say, Chip, is there a record of a approved variance for this
If not, they need to get one.
proposed new construction, right? When you
Yeah,
say proposed single-family residence, that means it's not there, right?
No, you don't, no, it hasn't, I mean, the variance would be for the 25-foot non-disturbed, just with going through the wetland to get to it.
Right, I know, but that would be associated with this presumably new construction though, wouldn't it?
But it says it's not, the permit is not gonna be valid unless a septic system construction approval.
Right, that's just a standard caveat that they
Okay.
throw in there. It's not suggesting that they aren't gonna be able to get one for this. It just said one of the conditions is they have to.
Mm-hmm.
It's always on their permits. There's a plan dated June 13th, revised August 27th.
Well, if they haven't applied for a variance and it hasn't been granted, I don't see how this could go through. There are steps you're supposed to take to do all this stuff.
Well, couldn't you have a lot of record and you make plans to get all the permits required to build it? And then you could sell it to somebody else who might wanna build it? And eventually, somebody who's gonna build it has to
Depends
come
on,
to the town, right?
on the various towns. Some towns require that you've got that variance in place. I don't know how we work, but I would attach something to this to make sure they understand that a variance has to be sought for and approved out before they can build. Because if this is not attached to that, somebody who buys this will not realize that. And, you know, the average person.
Well, that, I mean, our code enforcement, we sent our code enforcement officer to wetland school.
I said there was
So part of the deal in doing that is our wetlands, our code enforcement officer should be savvy with, you know, the basics of wetlands
But
identification.
he's leaving eventually, so I would just to cover our tail, make sure they know that,
Make sure who knows it.
whoever this is.
Dows?
Tab.
Oh, Bobby.
And I would propose doing that through the building department.
That's fine, as long as we make sure
The
that they understand.
full-timers, if you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'd make sure
Yeah.
that they're requesting to make sure that that's in a file, because it's too easy if there's a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just wanna make sure Chip doesn't issue a driveway permit without that variance.
Yeah. I mean,
Looks like they don't have one, at least going back a year.
it
I'll,
does,
I'll email Chip on this one.
because he's gonna be retiring in spring, you don't know when this is gonna be done, and the
Right.
result is things do get lost in the transition, and
Yeah.
part of our job is to make sure due diligence is done.
Right, but the next step is with the town, it's not with the
Right.
Wetlands Bureau, they don't care about,
Right,
Our
but as long
problems
as
with-
we've pointed this out and we've
Right.
done our
Yeah.
homework and it shows, hey, wake up, this is what you need.
yeah. It's a hurdle, I don't know that anybody has been stopped from, you know, working in the non-disturb buffer and said, well, no, you're not gonna get a variance.
You know, we had one case, and I'm not sure what happened, where it was, there were competing problems in zoning where an access from a private road avoided the wetland
yeah.
impact, and then the public road access had the wetland impact. I'm not sure whatever happened with that one. Then you don't know how many people, you know, when they designed like a newer subdivision, avoided the impact in the first place, and you can't really capture like what's going on with that.
Yeah. Right, they're correct, no way to do that. Alright, so those things, moving, that covers number 3, the department correspondence. Number 4, other items. Glenn Worrell's not here, therefore that is tabled. Unless somebody would like to speak to it. And then we've got a thank you note. Apparently the trail ride worked with Steve's help of getting the access through the locks to them, so that's good. And we worked through the town proposed tax sale list.
We're gonna do all the forestry invoices and then that mowing issue.
And then the mowing, yeah. Need a motion on mowing a little field on Concord Stage Road next to the cemetery. We do every early fall.
That'll be a hill right there.
And Steve, you wanna throw a motion out for that one?
Yeah, we'll do a motion for, up to, let's say 400 out of conservation to mow the field and to cut any infringing brush.
How big an area is that? Is it a half acre?
Might be an acre.
Acre?
Never go,
It
it never goes that
No,
high.
it
No,
goes
no,
that,
I'm
no.
just curious. How much actually?
Do we have somebody we contract with?
Yeah,
as well?
Gary, yeah,
Barry goes up another?
yeah, just right down the road from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, one year his son and him, they cut a bunch of brush out of there. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of brush work, but just in case, I don't know what's falling in there for trees or whatever over the winter.
I'll second the motion.
Alright, so we got Steve's motion up to $400 from the conservation fund. We've got,
I'll second
Bill second. Any further discussion on that one? we're not, that's a spot where we're not looking to create a lawn, but just to keep the trees at bay, and
People
I think the,
pull in and park there if they wanna walk.
they don't really
The-
park there.
No.
No.
the milkweed's,
that's what we
milkweed's
were gonna
growing
do
in
that.
nicely there, and,
Mm.
Steve Flanders always reminds us to do it, so it's part of our ritual. And, there being no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all in favor. And I will. No, Steve, have you spoken with Gary before?
Yeah.
Would you just let him know that?
Yeah.
When he has a chance, we'd appreciate it. And then as far as the forestry work, what, we just need signatures on a invoice to Hardwick?
Yeah, hold on, we got another one here. All right, so we got 457.80 on invoice 2-8011. That just came in.
Yeah, I got a printout of that one in front of me.
Okay.
This was,
So it'd just be out of the hourly.
On the mountain.
That's a town forest. Yeah, it's got tree marking, paint, fair and pond closeout, some seeding. So that should be out of town forest.
yeah,
And then we've got, oops. Wanna do that. Got the one for Hardwick. So, did that one, because I just emailed, I didn't actually like physically sign something. Did the one for Weare Conservation ever get paid? Because I emailed Beth and she didn't say anything back. I mean, do they want a hard signature? Or can you just email her and say, please pay this?
I'm not certain on the status of that one. Typically, we'd have a signature.
Yeah, I don't really know what the rules are on
Right.
that. Alright, then. It must be nice we had like a electronic system for the town that you could just sign into and click, pay it.
Yep.
We may have that. Is that gonna do something with the new system for next year?
Alright, so then we got the one from Jeremy to Hart, that he was, do you have a printout of that one, the Hardwick one?
No. I would, all right. If you could throw a signature on that one, Steve, I'd very much appreciate it moving along.
I don't even know if I have it here. It doesn't seem like there's an attachment showing up for some reason.
Might look for an older one directly from someone at Hardwick.
But, so Beth sent that to us as well. Did she print it out or anything, or no?
I don't have a printout, so I guess no.
Do we have any way of printing out here in the office or no? Alright, so she emailed me the email all of us the Hardwick one.
I don't think so.
Oh, there are actually some other invoices from Medicine too. Alright, so we got $4,620 from Hardwick. That's for the gate. That's out of Forest.
Yeah, and we had the
And then-
approved agreement on that one back in, was it June, maybe?
And then, do we need to cite the minutes too, when it was, like, what are you actually doing there?
This one for town, for the ones that are not, let's see if I get this right. We get, what, 20 grand from the town forest account this year, right?
Yeah, so, yeah, 20 grand, yeah.
And so everything's coming out of that 20 grand. Hardwick's coming out of that 20 grand. So for the Hardwick one, yes, I would cite the minutes, because it's a special one-off contractor. For the MTL ones, I just cite the approved warrant article. Or not even by number, just by description for the forestry allowance, maintenance allowance.
So she wants every one of these, like, with the actual signature on
As far as I know, yeah.
them. So there's one, 6/22/50. Boundary marking paint, $40 a gallon. Belch site, harvest review with UNH CE biologist, combination lock, Farron, Conservation Commission meeting, and quarterly report. So that's 2-7008 is the invoice number. And then 2-5009. Harvest closure, road repair, gate install, showing TS1 fall, Hardwick, 130. Alright, so I guess we're all set. I have to print those and bring them down here and drop them in the box.
I have a print scan email.
Oh, can you do that? Should I take that?
Just the date and signature is the release.
Okay.
It does bring up the other thing we've talked about, and I think we talked with Jeremy about it, was getting updates on where the allowance, spending the allowance stands. Because I haven't. It'd be great if I had the forethought and time to, keep my own books on it, but
I mean, so
Beth can do that for
Yeah.
us, or they can do that for us, and
yeah.
it'd be nice to receive that in addition to our account reports occasionally.
Okay. Yeah, we can just ask him for the next meeting if he comes to. Probably be October.
Can I ask a question? What do we have for a budget?
20,000.
20,000, that's it.
For the forestry maintenance work, or forest maintenance work.
And that's it? That's all,
Well, you can use conservation if you want. Yeah.
if we
But-
have to.
Yeah, we never have, but not for this kind of work. no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We had tried last year to boost it, or last year to boost it for this year, but didn't stand up for it at deliberative, so it got knocked down to the 20.
yeah, I think people got confused. Yeah, that was the.
But we've been doing 20 consistent for probably, I don't know, 8 years now.
I'm actually, I just kind of looked at that number. If you really think about it, it's not really that high of an hourly charge. And it seems like, I don't know if Jeremy screwed up. I thought he had a helper with him too when he went to when he was at the last meeting, and they only charged $65 for an hour.
Can we get Beth to do a printout for like last year so we can see what was spent on what projects,
I think it's just going to show the account. I think we need to get that from Jeremy.
Yeah.
To say what project each invoice
Yeah,
was.
because he's the one that's getting paid mainly out of that account.
Well, we need all the invoices, and you'd have to associate them with which
Right,
projects.
What with the project, yeah, I think that'd be nice to have, so we'd know what, you guys may know off the top of your head, but I don't know a clue.
Well, unfortunately, he's not billing them out by project either, so I don't know if that gets messier.
Because Beth can give you bid out of each invoice that she gets.
Yeah, but I'd like it,
But what it
tied
actually
back.
gets appointed to,
For instance,
I'm
tied
not
back to
sure.
the,
What
to
project? Like it's this town, this
Right.
town forest.
the, to the
or-
Wolf
Well, right
Creek
here, that's fair and
management
pond.
plan, and
Yeah, whatever.
the Eastman boundary painting, and the Eastman,
Right,
Right,
but for
yeah.
those of us that aren't
whatever
as
else.
familiar with it
Yeah.
as you are, it
Yeah.
helps to understand.
It, sometimes, a huge chunk of the 20 gets sucked up by one project, other times it's spread over 6, 7, 8 projects.
Right,
And there is no trend to it, it's just
right,
a,
yeah.
No,
I mean,
but
I
as
just
we
think it'd
go
be helpful
forward, if we wanna
Yeah.
raise
understand where
that
stuff's
budget, there's
going
gonna
and
be
be able to have a
questions by
spreadsheet that says
people
this-
that
this is
are
a
gonna
forest.
want more
This is
information
where
than
it
that,
got
that's
used, this
just
is
the
what
nature
got
of
used in this
people.
project, you know.
Yeah,
On a
I mean,
yearly
that,
One
basis.
specific
I'd like to go back and look at it for 3 or 4 years actually, so you have a little bit of a feel for what's going on.
so we're not making them bill us that way, so if we wanna do that, we might wanna, like, from here on out, because if you look at this invoice, it's mixed. So the 2-7008, the project box is not filled out, and that included the, oh, actually, he did get us for 3 hours on the Conservation Commission meeting. So we've got the Conservation Commission meeting, mixed in with a lock for Farron Pond Gate and the Felch Farm. He was laying out the timber harvest meeting with the wildlife biologist from the Cooperative Extension. So that's all mixed.
Right, it'd be
Yeah.
nice if we could get that stuff separated out. I mean, I think it'd be easier for us to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I wonder if Lisa and Beth are gonna have that same feeling, or if at least we can get maybe them to annotate what went
I
where.
would think for their records, they would
Yeah, I
have to
mean,
apply
it's-
it to something.
Oh, I don't think. I mean, Beth, it's all coming out of the town forest account, so
Right.
she's probably
Right.
not gonna care.
But for the
And then
company
these-
that's billing it, generally companies bill to their project so that they know what they're doing when they
Right.
account at the end of the year.
He's
Well,
he's not doing that.
not
We're
that-
probably just one big project, you know, as far as what
Yeah,
they're.
he's probably just putting everything on one bill for us.
Yeah.
But it'd be
Yeah.
nice if
Well,
he'd separate
for what he's
it out.
doing, we're probably one modest project. I think we're a good client, but we're nowhere near his busiest client, I'm sure.
Right.
No, no.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of their own lands too. Yeah, I can send him a note and see what he comes back with.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to do in a
Yeah.
spreadsheet.
All right, so just for your purposes, Steve, this one I've got covered, the 8011.
Was that on there? No, is that the newest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so you get that one. So the ones that Beth sent on the email are ones that need to get signed.
Yeah.
That I'll take care of.
Thank you. Anybody have other business for tonight?
Yeah.
Michael? Anything else tonight?
No, just observing really was my goal for the evening here.
Good.
Good, you voted well.
Thanks. Yeah.
What do you do for, so you DES, right?
Yeah, Air Resource Division.
There, yeah.
Do inspections, compliance inspections for their permits for stationary sources, any facility spitting out a certain level of pollution.
Yeah.
Now,
so
was that the job that Ed was doing before?
Alan,
Okay,
yeah, Ed also did it as well.
but a different position,
Yeah.
okay.
do you work with Lisa as well, Andrew?
Not directly, but I know she is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She comes to the Prescribed Fire Council meetings.
Glad to have you aboard,
Yeah,
Michael.
happy to be here. It's my new home here, Weare, so
When did you move to town?
end of June.
Great.
Yeah.
From where?
Hope,
Londonderry,
Nice.
yeah.
hope it grows on you.
Hopefully
Hope
the
you
people
grow with
don't
it.
follow me as I leave, you know.
No, we're kind of a little bit of a niche.
Yeah.
Lori, anything?
No.
Get back to you, Steve. Bill? Sherry?
I asked the question I had.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm gonna get in the spreadsheet and stuff.
And
Only
Steve?
if you see any moose, tell me where they are.
In the woods.
That's not
Along
very
the streams?
helpful.
So,
In the wetlands?
I've seen them right in front of a house on the road. So I can tell you where this one in Jackson Hole. Where are we at? Did we give final payment for the trails plan? Did we finish that up? Where are we at on that?
Did we get final invoice for it? I know we got,
We got something.
See, if we had a spreadsheet and the stuff was all separated, we'd know.
if I wasn't getting old and more confused. I've always been confused, though, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And if I knew my email password, which I don't have to remember anymore because it's on the device, I could get into my email.
You can't
And I
get
could
your
go-
email anymore?
I thought I had the password in my wallet, but it didn't work, so.
You do
and I-
Dashlane on there,
Yeah.
put all your email and stuff in Dashlane. You have just one code for Dashlane and then everything is saved. Because I can't remember.
Which one of you sent out the email that had everybody's phone numbers and
That's how I
email
used to do it, when I got
We did that
information?
once?
You did that when Sherry and I came on the committee.
It sounds
What's
like
that?
something I do, but I
Well,
don't.
the reason I'm asking is my phone totally crashed last weekend and it lost
Oh.
everything. They could not restore anything, so right now, everybody's off the grid and I'm
Uh-huh.
desperately seeking emails and phone numbers.
See, you did have something. All right, I'll see if I can
It would be greatly
come up with
appreciated.
anything.
All right, so there was a invoice. So July 20th, I know I wasn't at the August meeting. We got an email from Mariah, at least Jeff, Andy, myself.
Was
So,
that June or May?
no, July 20th. So
Really? Hmm.
we haven't been in a meeting
Oh,
since. So let me,
Right.
No, I mean, I don't know that we need to get it as long as we're seeing the spreadsheet, but,
no, you need to get it, and we need to review this plan.
yeah, but I'm not seeing some of those emails.
All right, so Mike, what's your email?
MCAMACHO.
Oh, I got it. Just popped up. That's amazing, huh? At Gmail.
Yep.
All right. So we should probably plan on like inviting them next meeting to try to finalize this.
Mm-hmm.
What's the date on our next meeting?
That would be October 10th.
All right. Yeah, spreadsheet hasn't pinged us. So she had most recent drafts for our review. We could probably look at some dates for wrap-up meeting or public presentation. So do you just want to have like a wrap-up meeting at the next Conservation Commission meeting on this stuff?
Sounds good.
All right, so, let's see. Take Jeff off there.
That'll be different. The mole sent me a password. People are watching.
Somebody's gotta keep you straight.
Right.
All right, Mike, one more time. What was it?
MCAMA.
MCA. There you go. MCAMACHO 3.14. Got it. All right. October 10th, you said?
Yes.
Yes.
What a savior she is.
That's right. Yep, watching over me.
All right, and then let's see what the invoice was on that.
So there's an invoice that came with that July 20th email.
Yeah.
And that, the summer just blew up on me.
I don't know.
Bear with us, folks, as these last items get sorted out. It sometimes can be a little bit tedious.
So that was what, conservation?
Yes.
Hmm. Seeing the invoice on there. Looking at this Google Drive thing, see if it's in there. Nope. That's odd. Plan, inventory, all costs.
Not like your age or anything.
Do you have that same email? Do you see it on there anywhere? Because I'm not tracking an invoice on there.
That was from Mariah.
Yeah. She's got links to the
July 20th. Hello all, here are the most recent drafts of the main document, supporting documents for your review. I made all the edits as suggested by Steve, filled in missing gaps. I'll share it. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't look at it. Share them via Google Drive, as well as we transfer. Once we have a final draft, I'll pass along supporting map data. Flexible
there's an
schedule.
invoice on the right.
Document over here, where invoice one. I already did.
How is yours seeing that? I don't get that.
I don't. She does some funky things, I have to say.
Is that a different version of Yahoo Mail than I've got?
Mhm. I don't know. Invoice and summary of remaining. But I had approved this May invoice. So I would expect by July 20th she would have been able to say thanks for payment.
So, do you want to ask her? Because we haven't heard anything from her. I mean, so that's the May one, so that's not anything new.
Right.
All right.
But that's not the only thing that was sitting out there.
What's that other? Yeah, there's a couple invoices.
That's the same one. Nope, that's June, July. This is the second half. June activity, July activity.
Dollar amount was the same though. I wonder if I can just call her and ask her if she'll answer the phone. You got their, Actually, it's kinda late. yeah,
Text her.
yeah.
This does look like she's saying, all right, the second half of the budget, we had expected to cover these things. June work, July work through November. I'm not looking at it though, because they already done the trail assessment, right?
I don't know.
Something's odd about that. It is the same number.
Cause there was a June invoice.
This must be in that.
So get an invoice that was invoice 1.
Yeah, so you
I think
found
that's the one we paid. Oh, so is your mail just like collecting those all up from different? It's number
I
8,
wouldn't think so, but
number 804-5280. Yeah, see that one's running into November through January. That was included.
all right. So that one should have been
Paid.
paid. Well, we've got this thing called reply to the email. Let's see.
There it is. It's just,
We can both pester her with. I'll ask her, Mariah. If you received payment.
yeah, because that email doesn't. Oh wait, what is this? Oh yeah, so it does grab. So when you're not in the actual email, it's grabbing all the invoices from. I mean, all of the attachments. That's where you're getting that from.
Oh,
But in
from-
that email, if you click that email, there's nothing. And see that one there has got one.
Right.
That doesn't. So that's Yahoo's grabbing those from all.
And
the
throwing
emails.
them over.
Yeah, that's
they're all
all it
doing
is.
that now.
Yeah.
Finding stuff everywhere.
Did you see that one where it pops up this thing about you could have saved money on, whatever,
Yeah.
chowing through your emails and figuring everything out. Alright, so anyhow, so we should all review that, and if there are any final comments, send them out between now and next meeting.
You sent that.
Yeah.
You forwarded that. Everybody else have the
So Sherry,
July 20th.
I'll
no,
have to look now. I'm
you'll
not
get
sure.
it now, yeah.
You
You
just
just
sent
sent it
it.
again?
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I just got it
good.
on my newly emptied out phone.
Mine's overcrowded at this point.
All right. Got that. Got that.
So that's everything.
All right. That's everything. Thank you, Steve, for not letting go of that, because these things have a way of just sliding away into oblivion.
Yeah, it'd be good just to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Then ultimately, after we finish this, we
we
really
gotta
need to,
decide where it's
what
going.
we're gonna do with it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 9:50, we got that beautiful final motion.
Motion.
Do we
Motion
have
to
a
adjourn?
second? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Adjourn at 9:50.